What's up, everybody? It's ET. Happy Friday. Man, I've been looking forward to this weekend. It's been a long week. So, alright, what are we going to do today? We're going to start the timer. We're going to look into basic UI and game flow. Yeah, feeling pretty good. Alright, let's do this. So, okay, this whole auto DJ thing won't launch unless it's like in the foreground. Like, it doesn't have to be in the foreground of the actual like windows. It just has to be, you know, just the foreground of Chrome, which I can just leave it there in the background. Let's launch Unity. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so what am I talking about when I say game flow? Before we even get to the UI, I just want to talk a little bit about the game flow. So like today, during lunchtime, I was thinking like, how is this game going to be structured? And so what I did was I kind of just wrote down what I think was going to happen. So yeah, let's just give that a second to load. I just saw one of the pictures I had. Alright, yeah, this is not what I want to show you though. That's my school notes. Yep, so this is me, you know, starting up, game loop. Here we go. This is more like a overall thing that I'm thinking. I'll kind of zoom in here. Alright, so first I assume that there's going to be this ultimate big game controller, and so like the game controller, it's going to be responsible for the big things like, hey, show the logo, show me the menu, show me the game, show me the settings, or exit. So that's what I figured. So that's kind of the states I have. Hey, the game's in logo mode, it's in menu mode, it's in game mode, settings, pause, maybe. I'm not sure whether to handle that here in the game or the other one. So that's your big container. That's your game container. Cool. Then the other one I have is called the level controller. So you have your game controller, and it does all these things, but when you start the game, there's this whole other controller that shows up. And so this other controller is going to be called the level controller. And so the level controller is going to be responsible for, hey, let me load all this stuff. Once it's all loaded, let's start the game, and then maybe I have to pause the game at some point, or maybe after being paused, I have to resume the game. So these are all kind of events that happen. And then whether you completed the level successfully or you failed the level, I think those are the other two things. So yeah, that's kind of, in my head, that's how I think the whole flow is going to work. And then just overall, there's also like a box object and a player object. So every time you push the box should launch this event called onMove. And then this level controller should be subscribed to that box onMove. And what that means is, not that what it means, but basically what that enables us to do is, when the box is moved, you can check to see if the box got pushed onto a target, and then if the box did get pushed onto the target, if they're all on targets, then you've won the level, and you can launch the on-complete thing. Cool. So, alright, good. Alright, that's all I had to say about that. But before we can do any of that, we're going to kind of need some things like the logo and the UI and all of that. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of start on figure out how to do the logo. Alright. So how are we going to do this logo? I'm going to start with the new scene. I think that will be good. So let's create, for now, I guess we don't do it here. Let's make a new scene. Let's save the scene. Save it. It's not going to be under scenes. Let's call this Sandbox 01. We'll just call this logo. Maybe. And what this will do is just do some kind of simple logo thing. It doesn't have to be crazy. Maybe I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Maybe I could just get a ball to like fall or roll, and then once it hits something, it's the next scene. Okay, so how are we gonna handle this? Let's go ahead and make our game controller. So we have game controller object. It's gonna be a little different than most of our other objects. It's gonna be what people I think call singleton. I think so. It's basically a static object, right? I'm gonna pull that up just to make sure I'm telling you that right. What is a singleton? In software industry, the singleton pattern is a design pattern that restricts the instantiation of class to one object. This is useful when exactly one object is needed according to actions across the system. Yeah. And let me just see if there's anything. Singleton versus static. Alright, so a singleton class is a singleton stores common data in only one place. A static class is also used to store single instance data. We save state between usages. We store caches to improve performance. The object must be initialized only once in shared singleton class. Let me see. A singleton stores common data in one place, so that makes sense. A static class is also used to store single instance data, which, yeah. Yeah, so I'm not really sure. Okay. So people like the singleton, it looks like, because what singleton does versus static class is you don't have to specify the static keyword everywhere. So it looks better, I guess. But I guess they kind of act the same way. So let's do that, I guess. Okay, so this is how I'm going to handle that. It's not going to be any of this junk, so that means, when I say junk, it's not really junk. It's just, I'm not going to be using all this stuff. It's a basic, empty class. Alright. I don't like what's happening here. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, sorry. So, this is what I'm thinking. We're gonna go ahead and make a game controller instance, right? And what this will do is private game controller. Hey. And what does game controller do again? I totally forgot. I'm gonna pull up this notepad. I'm gonna put it here on the side so I can see it. Okay, so game controller, we have some events, some states, but most importantly, we're going to have some functions, right? So, you're going to have a logo screen. Oh, this is gonna be hard. This is harder than I thought. I have it written down so easily. Alright, let's make it a mono behavior. I know it's not the best idea, and I think it has a U in it. Yes, awesome. Alright. Okay, so I don't like it. I don't like what I'm doing here. So this is what I'm going to do. We're going to kind of mix the static and the... So here, we're going to have a static public class, game controller, and then we're also going to have another more complicated thing called game controller component. And so that's something we can stick on a game object. So we do use the mono behavior for this one. Okay, so this is how I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to have a static public game controller component. Oh, no, not here, not here. On game controller. Game controller component. Game controller component. What's wrong with that? Oh, yep, gotcha. Static. Okay, so let me think of what game controller does. Okay, so start, right? So static public start. Yeah, I don't mind writing all of that. Do I have to do the word function? No. Void start. What do you do? When you start, you're gonna start logo maybe. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, we're gonna make a function called start logo. Okay, start logo will instantiate a what will it do? Yep, let's just do that. How do we do this? Game object. Is it just game object dot instantiate? Oh, I think it's just instantiate, right? Oh no, it's got to be on mono behavior, right? Yeah. All right. No problem. All we gotta do is say game controller component dot start logo. I just don't know. Alright. For now, this is how that's going to play out. Game controller. And then we have the game controller component, which is this sucker. Maybe. Yep. So void on enable. Make sure game controller dot. Oh, yeah, this is going to be public now. Static public. Game controller component equals this. Okay, that's great. And that should be all we need to do. I'm going to ignore this for now. I guess I really should turn on my chat, right? Not that anyone comes visits me, but if someone did, I would say something back to them. Alright, let's see. How do I pop out the chat? I think if I click here, pop out. Awesome. Alright, sorry, I just had to make sure the chat was there in case someone said something. Alright, so I'm trying to make this game controller, but I also kind of want to have an instance of the game controller. So I'm trying to mix both worlds, and I don't know if that's really the best thing to do, but we're going to have this game controller object in Unity, but it's also going to kind of be referenceable from the static game controller object here. So that's all this is doing, is just kind of exposing this one game object, specifically this one component, to the rest of the game. So, okay, so what I was going to do here is game controller component equals, game controller. I might just rename you component. What do you think? Component. I think that's good. Alright, game controller dot component equals null if you disable it. And I don't know if I really want that code yet, so I'm going to just comment it out. Okay, so void start. What do? You start the logo. And so you're like, hey, you don't have a function of that. And I'm like, I got a function of it now. Alright, so start logo is gonna do something like instantiate a game object, which we're gonna call logo, I guess. That just makes sense. And we're gonna make it a field, and it's gonna be a game object. Okay, awesome. In fact, I want this to be public. So let's see how we're doing so far on all of this. So we're going to go to Unity, we have a blank scene. I'm going to try to go ahead and make it even better by making like the default view. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, cool. So we got the default like scene. We're gonna make just an empty game object. Cool. We're gonna put this game controller component onto this game object, and we should name our game object to something useful like game controller, and it has this game controller, and I need to have a logo. And what will the logo do? It should do other stuff. Let's make a logo just a ball. Actually, let's make it a little more complicated. Let's make it like a ball falling onto a plane. So here's the plane. Here's a ball. Sphere, sorry. And we're going to give the sphere a little bit of rigidity. So rigidity. Oh, I'm in physics 2D. I'm like, dude, there's no 3D physics in here. And alright, here we go. Physics 3D. So hit play. Maybe I'll get some errors. But the ball should fall. Wow, that is a lame bounce, right? It just like does nothing on that plane. Do I need to do something else here? Cool. Let's figure out maybe I can add like a physics material or something, just something to give it a little life. Gosh, that is just dead. I'm just create it here in the root for now. I might move it around. Physics material. Please give it some bounciness. Let's put 0.5. I guess that's gonna probably be too bouncy. Let's call this a bit bouncy. Put the a bit bouncy onto this ball. So now if we go to the sphere, it should have where? A bit bouncy should be somewhere around here. A bit bouncy, excellent. Yeah, there we go. Has a little bounce now. That's all I wanted. Just... Okay, great. Yep. So now that it bounces a little, this is going to be my logo screen. And basically I want the logo screen to stop happening when the ball stops moving. Just so I have some kind of trigger action to say, hey, you are supposed to go to the next scene. So, okay, ball's falling onto the plane. That seems fine. Let's go ahead and wrap this into a, oops, I don't want that in there. I want it out here. Let's just put it here at the bottom. Let's call this logo. So this is my logo. So we got a sphere and a plane. We're going to put in our logo. And guess what? We're going to make this a prefab. Nice. So logo is that ball in the sphere. Okay. Yep, fine. That's okay. So what is it saying? Variable logo of has not been assigned. Of course not. But now we can. So we can go here, assign the logo here. What does it do? Yeah, it makes it twice. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this logo. Game controller is going to be responsible for instantiating our whole logo. So, bam, nothing happens. I have no idea why. Oh, logo went away. Oh, I guess I gotta... Oh, I had it on play mode, I think, when I assigned it. So, watch out for that. Okay, so here we go. Logo gets created when we do this. All right. The other thing is, I don't like to name my things clone, and I know it's in the game and everything, but I am kind of a stickler for weird stuff like normal naming conventions. So I'm going to say logo name equals, or better yet, just right here you can just say dot name equals logo dot name, and basically it's just copy the exact same name from the prefab. So when you hit play, this should just be called logo. Nice. Okay. And plane and sphere in there. Okay. Anyway, totally useless stuff that you don't have to really worry about. What am I gonna do next? Somehow we gotta tell game controller that the logo's done playing. We can do that a few ways. We could just put a timer on game controller. It's kind of lame though. I like things that actually, I don't like to have like this timer going and like my event happening and just hopefully they end at the same time. I really want my event to dictate when my next scene should start. So somehow in here I'm gonna have to say finished. So to do that, let's go ahead and make a script, I guess. I mean, that's the only way I know how to do things, is just to add a simple little script. So here we go. This one's just going to be logo. Logo is going to be a game object, and it's going to be you know what I'm trying to say, right? Because I don't. Alright, so we're going to go to prefabs, logo, add a component, add a script. It's going to be logo. Logo's not going to have anything specified with it yet. Okay, so here's the logo. Control KD just to get it indented correctly. Alright. So what will logo script do? It's going to do something crazy, like game object, sphere. When we start, all I'm going to do is just say, hey, can you find the sphere? And if so, assign it to sphere. I think it's just named sphere. And on every step, if velocity is sphere dot rigid, I gotta say dot get component, right? Well, you know what? Rigid body, sphere, rigid body. Let's just do this here. Sphere rigid body equals game object dot get component. Oh, not game object. Sphere. Sure. Game object. It's already a game object. Get component. Rigid body. Rigid body. Man, I cannot type for the life of me today. Okay. Yep, so the rigid body, sphere rigid body, we're going to say, hey, sphere rigid body, if your velocity is less than, let's just put some kind of low threshold. I'll just say 0.1. 0.01. something like that. Yep. That. Let's just do square magnitude since it's a little less to compute. So if your square magnitude is less than 0.01 f, go ahead and do a function. Like what? What's the function going to be called? Test, best, rest. I don't know. On logo finish. What about that? And guess what we're going to do here? We're going to make an event. Static public logo. Is it logo? Maybe it's more of an event. Action using system. So we have an event, it's an action, and it's going to be called on logo finish, and it's going to equal a delegate, I think. Is that valid? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got that event statement on my first try. Awesome. I can never get those freaking event statements ever working on my first try. So okay, cool. So all it does is, if you detect that the, sorry, I'm thinking. If you decide that the velocity is a certain thing, go ahead and launch your onLogoFinish event, and you're going to go ahead and set, you're going to no longer be active. That's how that's going to work, and the update will stop running because the game object's no longer active, and that means it'll like disappear from the scene and everything. If I run it just like this, onLogoFinish will run, but onLogoFinish right now is just an empty delegate, so it'll run an empty function, and so nothing's going to happen on that regard, but it should go away because we're setting active equals false. So let's see if that is the truth. And it is not exactly what I wanted. Yeah, let's figure out why. Velocity. Can't really see the velocity here. But you know who can see the velocity is the inspector. And the inspector can easily see the velocity if I just say, hey, public vector3 velocity. And then we just got to populate it on update. So velocity equals game sphere object sphere rigid body dot velocity. Awesome. So now we'll be able to see the velocity. Or I thought I was supposed to see the velocity. Let's make everything public here. You know what? Because being transparent with everything makes the world a better place. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, this is game controller. We gotta look at the logo script. Somehow I gotta convince this thing to reload. Come on, man, how do I convince you to reload? I know you feel me. Oh, it's like, it's editing some weird, I'm gonna close this out. Alright, close that out, come back in. Alright. Oh my gosh, let's go Visual Studio. What are you doing? Yes, fix everything, please. Save this. Go back here. Are you finally updating? Yeah, I think so. Yes, that's everything. Alright, play back, please. Alright, maybe a little premature. I think what's happening is the ball is hitting the floor, bouncing up, and you know, as it gets to the top of its bounce, it kind of goes to velocity equals 0, and then it comes back down. So I think that's what's happening. So what to do? What to do? I think this is fine. Oh, sorry, my phone's like charging and it keeps going in and out for some reason. Don't know why, but I'm gonna just leave it. Okay, so sort of success. At least something will happen. Logo starts, bam, done. Maybe I'll put a timer on it too. Not that that's the real thing I want to do, but a timer is fine. So we'll just do it float. It will be timer and public float finish timer equals, I don't know, 1 second, 2 seconds. So this is how this is gonna work. If timer, let's see, if timer is sphere rigid velocity, no, I don't think it's that. Let's see, I think okay, I know what it is. We need to make finish timer if is less than, okay, if timer is less than finish timer. I'm gonna come right back, y'all. Just give me a sec. Hey, sorry, I'm back. Didn't mean to leave you like that. Oh, yep, I lost my viewer, so yeah. Oh well. Okay, anyway, back at it. What are we doing? I don't even remember. I remember we're making a logo. Oh yeah, we're making a timer. Okay, so the timer, what will the timer do? The timer basically will count down, and then once the timer is greater than, yeah, greater than or equal to is fine. Once the timer is greater than or equal to the finish timer, then it'll launch the logo finish and disappear. So all we do here now, instead of doing all that extra code, is we'll be just adding to the timer. So this is more like a still timer, I guess you can call it. Plus equals time dot delta time dot yeah, I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's fine. What I really like to do is these will eventually be private variables, so I like to have them with a little underscore in front of them. Just my kind of and I don't really need the velocity. That was just for me to debug, but that wasn't really any reason. And same thing with these guys. I'm gonna put the little underscore in front of them. Okay. So 2 seconds. So hopefully this lasts. It's gonna bounce. Once it stops bouncing, it should last for 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Maybe it was a little longer than 2 seconds. 1, 2. Done. Okay. Not too bad. That's what we got. Okay. So 1, 2. Bam, next scene. So what's the next scene gonna be? The next scene's gonna be the actual UI. Yep, just testing it, just testing it. Yeah, I really don't need to do any of that right now. I'm just gonna put the prefab on here, and this will just basically tell you what the logo is. Done. Okay, so that's it for my logo. Let's go ahead and make the next scene. So we're gonna make a new scene. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna make the next scene, and the next scene's gonna be, definitely save it. It's gonna be sandbox 02. And what will this be? Menu. Just a start, at least a start menu. So okay, here we go. What will the menu consist of? I don't know. It should definitely be a UI, right? Let's just do something horrible. Menu! You'll have the text menu. Let's make this 2D. Let's make this as big as we can. Okay, the canvas. How do we want to do this canvas? Do we constant physical size, scale with screen size? Kind of what I'm thinking. This is a 1080 kind of resolution. I could just divide by 1000. That'd be kind of weird. Yeah, I like it like this. Okay. Match width or height. That sounds fine. I definitely want to match it at 50%. And I think that's the default settings I want. Although it doesn't look like the default settings I want. Right? World space. Just an overlay. I don't know. This feels weird, but could be right. Okay. Text. This is my first text object, so does that really look like 14? What if I maximized you for just a sec? Yeah, that could be 14. Yeah, okay. I might buy it. I might buy it. How do I get out of maximize? Oh yeah, was it just like space or control space? I know there's like a shortcut key to maximize something. Was it enter? Let me just figure out the quick Unity maximize shortcut. Shortcut. It's like space or something. I know, it's just something simple. It says shift space, but I'm trying. Oh yeah, it's working. Alright, I don't know why it wasn't working earlier. Okay, so what in the world? How do I refresh this? Yeah. I'm not buying it for a bit. Oh, or am I? Ah ha ha ha, look at that. It truly is just kind of emulating this. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So, if I was to tell you this was it, but then I went here. Now what if I closed you? What would you do? Interesting. Go back to game. Go. Okay, so go back here. Instead of free aspect, let's do 16 by 9 like a normal, and that's when that will happen. Okay. I think I understand it. I think I do. Not that I really do, I just think I do. Okay, so this is a canvas. It's gonna have a text, so that's great. Let's make it kind of bigger. In fact, I could probably just play with these settings. Like if we really want it to be like 50% of 1920, calc 5x5. I'm going crazy. So if we made it like 960 by, I don't know, what's 30, let's just make it 100. Something like that. Make it centered. Oh, you know what? Even better. 1920. And then we can click on this. Just click on, oh, that's the anchor. How do I actually, what am I doing? I want it there, there, and there, I guess. I'm just trying to figure this out. Alt physically moves everything, right? And Control and Shift. So everything's dead centered right there. So now if I hold down Alt and move it to the top, there we go. So what does that do for me? So the position's -50 because it's really there, but if I held down Shift, move the anchor to the top, you can actually be 0, 0, 0. Oh shoot, what did I do? Undo. I just wanted to make you 0. Make you 1. But then I really want to make you 0. Aha! So, okay. This is the anchor. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then what happens if I say a best fit somewhere around here? Isn't there a best fit? I swear there was. Oh yeah, best fit. And it actually goes to max size 40. Probably like 100. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So now if I go to free aspect, (16 by 9). I think this is pretty good. I like it. 4 by 3. Not bad, not bad. Okay, I dig it. So there we go, menu. Might make it like white or something just so it's better. And bold. And can I add a, alright, whatever. This is good. Menu and a start button. That's all I want to do for the menu right now. Okay. So what's a button look like in this thing? If I say UI button, awesome. This button should be very similar. 960 might be a little much. Let's do like 800 by, yeah, do like 800 by 100 by 200 by 250. Awesome. I like everything centered. Perfect. That is great. That's going to be great. This button is going to be start. And it's definitely going to be best fit. And I'm definitely going to make this 100. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else? I don't know. This seems okay. So what happens when you hit the button? The button itself is going to be an event, but I think at the bottom here we can actually specify what happens. So I think I'm going to put a value here, create empty, and I'm going to put a script on this. So the script, like logo, is going to be called menu. It's obvious a script, so I don't have to call it a menu script, because that's just kind of repeating itself. So menu goes onto canvas, except it didn't drag. Okay, so now canvas has menu script on it. Yep, reload it all. Control K, Control D, delete this, delete all this for now. We'll probably remake it in just a second. Alright, so I'm going to say public void before we even do that, let's see if we can make another event. This is event number 2. So this is going to be serious stuff here. So static public event action on click start. Does that sound good? Does that sound like a logical word for that? I think so. I wonder if I could just launch that event straight from the Unity. Oh, it's doing that crazy thing I hate that it's doing. I'm going to save this, close it. Yes, please save it again. Back to menu. Yeah, it like loads it twice, or it does something weird. I don't know what it's doing. Okay, but that seems great. We have the event there. If I go to button and go to the actual events, let's just do editor and runtime. Object, we're going to select canvas, and the function, there's no function. Menu, is there an on? None of these is what I want. Drats, we're gonna have to make something in here. It's not a big deal, just, you know, like to keep it small. Public void click start, and what are we gonna do? On click start. So all that function does is launch the event. It's loading. Menu. Click start. Done. What this could also do is game object dot set active equals false, just like we always do. So here we go, we're playing. It has a hover effect, has a down effect. Hey everybody, I think my stream just died, so I'm just coming back. Alright, so we could do set active false. Alternatively, we could just destroy this game object. So like game object dot destroy, or is it just destroy here? And then nothing ever happens from here on out, right? Oh, you don't like destroy. Oh. Destroy this. Or destroy game object. Let's try that. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but right now we'll see we have the canvas game object with some stuff in it, and if I hit the actual button, it goes away. Interesting. And that's what I want. I think I might do that, and I think I'll do the same for logo. I'm going to save this, go to scenes, go to our logo. I think I'm going to rename these things. Main. I think I'm going to call this logo. I think I'm going to call this menu. And we're going to open up logo. Oh, we're already in there. So in the logo script, instead of set active equals false, I'm going to say destroy game object. So instead of it just disappearing, it should go bye-bye. Done. Nice. Okay, so we got the logo, we got the menu. The menu itself is going to be a prefab, so let's go ahead and drag that in here. And instead of I don't like the word canvas for it. Can we just call you menu? And that's fine. That's perfect. So we got the logo, we got the menu. Is there anything else that we need? I don't know. Let's figure it out. We'll call you game for now. No, I don't. In game. Sokoban. I'm trying to differentiate between like the in-game loop and the main game, and I might just call this other scene that I'm about to make right now. Save it. We'll just call you game. Oops, put it in the root. I meant to put you in scenes. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and make another folder. Just call it physics. Now I'm just going to load it with materials. I'm going to go ahead and add the spaces in here a bit. Yeah, at least you see the whole thing if I do it like this. A bit bouncy. Okay. Scenes. All game's going to have is the game controller. Game controller. I might even give you like a game controller. Nice. And why are you there? Just go to 0, 0, 0 and we'll focus you there. Okay. Game controller. Save that. Logo. Okay. What does game controller do? Game controller should at least have the game controller component, right? Game controller component. Scripts. Game controller component. Logo. Nice. Loads the logo. Done. What else does game controller do? Loads the menu, right? So let's go ahead and give it the menu. Should stop closing Visual Studio. Okay, anyway, yeah, game controller. This seems like my realm here. So we got public logo. Let's also get public object menu. And that will basically be void start menu. You got me, you got me. That's exactly what I want to do. Alright, so all I did was just change logo to menu here. We're just instantiating it. And what I will also do here, alright, so on enable, definitely getting this game controller thing happening, but I also want to register into something. Logo dot on logo finish plus equals start menu. That makes sense to me. Void on disable. What I'd like you to do is just the opposite of this. Okay. Oops. On click start, what's going to happen? We're going to make a start game function. Awesome. Yes, that would be great. That's our next function. Start game. Yeah, okay. But when we start menu, we can go ahead and on logo dot on logo finish. We can unsubscribe here. Minus equals start menu. And that could be our first thing that we do. And same thing here. Menu dot on click start minus equals start game. Great. Just some housekeeping, just so that you don't actually. You know, you don't actually like leak your events everywhere. And for now, I'm just gonna say start the game here. So, did some work on game controller here. Should be able to drag my menu prefab on here in just a second. I see I've done this twice, so let's go ahead and let's put you here. I see what you're saying. Errors are bad. Blah blah blah. Okay. Awesome. Menu. I do have a menu prefab. Cool. So we got a logo, we got a menu, and we can just add this here. Here's the logo. Awesome. It's gonna go bye-bye. But you didn't do your next thing. Your next trick. Oh, probably because we didn't register? Yeah, we did. Menu.on click start. Let's make sure when we actually do it. I think that's the only thing we're doing. It's on click start. Yep. That seems to be the only thing that we're doing. Oh, we're not even seeing the menu yet. So what am I doing wrong here? So level controller. Oh, on logo, logo. Let me close a lot of this stuff. I have a lot of stuff open. Let's close all but this and this. Main grid, menu. No, logo. So yeah, before you finish, you should call the on logo finish, and that's a static action, right? So. Let's go ahead and look at game controller one more time. Game controller component. Menu on click start starts the game. It says start the game. Oh no, on logo finish. Should start the menu, right? Starts the menu. Actually, I didn't see if it instantiated the menu. Okay, then the menu should have popped up. It didn't. Okay, some work to do. logo on finish, on logo finish, on logo finish. I'm not buying any of this. Start logo makes sense, and it actually happens. And it does destroy the game object, and it should launch the next thing, which is actually here. And is this right? Start menu, start game. I really just want to see what you say. Start menu here. Will you at least debug log that? Nothing. Like nothing. What if I don't destroy the game object? Wait, what? You still destroyed the game object. Because I did the wrong one. No one's getting destroyed here. So no one got destroyed, but nothing happened. Alright, this could be multiple things. All probably my fault. Alright, so instead of being nice and kind and trying to get this to work like this, I'm going to go ahead and say logo.onFinish. The static action. Will that help you? Will that persuade you? I hope so. Yeah, so if we go here, let's go. Tick tock, tick tock. I see 100% CPU on my bar right there. It is not liking what I'm trying to dish. Come on. I might have to close you out. Let's do it. Try it from here first. That closed. That closed. That closed. Might have to go to Process Manager. Sorry, my bar got all screwed up. Thanks, Unity. For nada. Not responding. I see that. Done. I don't need this right now. Let's go, Unity. Alright, so what are we doing? Game controller, yes. Play, yes. Logo should pop up. Something should happen. Oh, you don't even have the script on you. How can you do anything? Game controller, oh my gosh, can't be abstract. Oh, it is abstract, because I'm game controller component. Yes. Why? Why did I double click it? Alright, you're staying here. Prefabs. Logo goes into logo. Menu goes in the menu. Play. Awesome. Really? Really? Okay. I'm fairly sure this is happening. And I'm fairly sure this is not happening. But why? Why isn't it happening? This code is not getting called. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, we definitely know when you destroy it, it works fine. Okay, I'm gonna hit attach and play, and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna jump in. Jump in. Oh Lord. Nothing happened. I tried to jump in and nothing happened. Oh no, it's happening now. Okay, F11. Gosh, it'd be great to see if other people were subscribed to this. Okay, I'm stopping here. I am not convinced people are subscribed here. It's definitely a static public function action. I don't know. I feel like my other action is working, right? What actions do we have that are definitely working? Alright, game controller component. This is happening, right? I guess that's the other thing I gotta check. It's not happening. So I am the one that screwed up here, which makes sense. Maybe it's not on enable, but on enabled and on disabled. Let's consult the actual. Yeesh, I tried to right click. Okay, here we go. New window. That loaded on the other window. Alright. Unity on enable. Maybe it's like a capital O or something. Yeah, scripting API. Yes. On enable with the capital O. So that is where I am. So it's not past tense. And it is a capital O. Okay, that was totally my fault. All of that could have been avoided should I kept the syntax perfect, but I did not, hence the problems. Okay, everything seems to be good here. I'm just uncommenting all of my debugging stuff. Let's see what happens. That seems good. Menu doesn't do anything, but that's because I know why, and I will tell you guys in a second why it's not working. Yep, so start menu here, I don't need to see that. Game start here should still happen until I actually get the game started there. So, okay, if I go to my logo scene, no, my menu scene, I'm going to show you why this is not working. So it needs this event system as well, right? So what I can do is I can kind of wrap this entire thing into logo, and I'm going to delete this prefab called logo or menu. See, I'm already screwing up. And we're going to call you menu, and menu is going to have these two things. And if I play, hopefully it still all acts like I want it to act, and I can hit start, and yes, perfect. Oh, I don't know what that whole bottom thing is, but I'm gonna just assume it's good. Yeah, so menu, here we go. We got that menu prefab. I can just throw that here. Awesome. I'm gonna save this. Perfect. That is exactly what I want. And then if we go back to scenes, we can go back to our game. This might be missing. Yep, it's the prefab's still there, but it's just a different ID, different instance. So here we go. The logo, voila. And then the start menu. And I can click start, and then start the game here. Awesome. We got our like base loop happening. Sort of. So, alright, looking back at what I have. Oh, I see you don't see my comp stats. I can totally pull that back up. Not that that matters at all. Okay, alright, so logo, menu, game. Awesome. And so I have my different scenes here. I'm not really using them, but I am creating a prefab in each of these. So here we go. This is the game. There's going to be work left to be done on this thing, but I wonder if I can wrap it all in just a nice, tidy game prefab. To test that, let's just see if this works. Yeah, that seems fine. Yep. That looks great. Winner! Alright, cool. So what am I doing next? Making a game prefab, I guess? Yeah, so I made the game prefab. What's next? Back to the game controller scene, or game scene. Yep, save it please. Game controller scene. Guess what I'm going to do next? I'm going to make a game prefab folder variable. I know you didn't see that coming, so just thought I'd whisper that to you. And guess what I'm going to do here? These menus are now going to be games. Awesome. So I haven't got a way to get back, but at least we can get there. It's the start, right? Oh yeah, sorry. So here's the logo. Ball falls, perfect, looks great. Logo, menu, start. My bad, I didn't assign the game prefab. Logo, menu, game. Cool. So there we go, that's the flow. I do intend, oh snap, keyboard doesn't work. Wonder what's going on here. What's the problem here? Made all the solids, made all the movable boxes, made all the targets, made all the players. I would definitely try to add these things into my same game object. So definitely gonna work on that. What am I missing? I think I have the controls on the camera. I can almost guarantee it. I can almost guarantee it. Main camera, input controller. Okay. Interesting. How am I gonna handle this? I don't really know how I'm gonna handle this. But I'll tell you one thing. Since it's just events, that needs to be subscribed to, it won't hurt to just add it to this. Because no one's subscribed to the events at this point. What am I doing? Input controller. Logo. And you see I can still hit all the keys and nothing happens, but now this is where it's important. I still need the keys here. Yeah. So cool. Sokoban! Sokoban power! Alright, I got a template or a structure that I can kind of add things in. So like if I wanted to add a level select screen, I would do something between menu and start game. Maybe I can even just handle it with showing, enabling and disabling parts in the menu scene. So all very important stuff, and all very testable just with going to that scene. And like logo scene's not going to really do much, obviously. So that's all you get for the logo scene, and then nothing's doable since it's all gone. Menu on the other hand, I think if I just click start, it's going to destroy the menu object. Actually, it really should just destroy the menu object. Logo, does it destroy the whole logo object? Yeah. Menu, I kind of want to do it the same. So maybe instead of attaching it here, can I just copy this, remove this, and just paste it here? Yeah, I think this is where it belongs. Hope I'm not doing anything crazy in the menu script. I don't think I am. Let's apply. That seems great. And then I can go to the game object. Yeah, save it too. So logo's there, and it's gonna go away. Menu's here. I'm gonna hit start. Oh shite. Yeah, I know what's happening. In menu, in here, on my canvas, the button, right? The button's pointing to the actual function, and it's not there anymore. It's now under menu, and menu has a menu object here, and it has the click start. And then I can save this. Wait, I can apply this, save this, go to the game, hit play. We should be able to do the menu and then the start. Menu, start. Awesome. What would be really nice is in-game. What am I thinking? Yeah, game scene. Game controller. What do I want to do? Like, I really want to move the camera, I guess. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh. Oh, this is the whole game controller scene. Yeah, not exactly my cup of tea. Let's go to Sokoban. Game. Level controller. You should be reading the level, right? Don't close Visual Studio, ET. Whatever you do, man, stop closing Visual Studio. It's just causing me trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Alright, here we go. Yes, on all of this. Level create, right? When am I really creating the level? Thought it was in here somewhere. Nope, it's in level create. F12 I think is the shortcut key. Yep, that's not what I want. Let's go back. It's here, it's somewhere here. On start, yeah, it's got to be here. This is where I'm doing all the work. Okay, yeah. Solids.transform.parent equals what if I just said transform.parent? Same thing with movables. So basically I just want to make sure our parents match. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Oh, I closed Visual Studio again. Only to realize I need it again. So hopefully it loads a little faster this time. Alright, so you are not getting placed in a parent container, so I'm going to go ahead and just say player transform.parent equals transform up, transform.parent. Excellent. And I didn't close Visual Studio that time, so hooray. Good for me. Good for me. Everything's under the game object now. Excellent. I can do all my Sokobaning as much as I want. Oh no. Oh no. I screwed it up. I will not be winner winner chicken dinner this time. Oh well. You get the idea. Okay. Anything else I need to do before I call this one a day? Alright, so the game object's obviously working. The game scene, I should say. And this actually jumps me around wherever I need to go. There we go. Logo. Perfect. Love my logo. Love my menu. It's the best menu ever. Hit start. Oh my gosh. That is the best scene I've ever seen in my life. And let me fix the camera. That's the last thing I want to do, just so it's playable and an executable and kind of looks like a full game. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to do Sokoban. Yep. All I got to do is level controller script. Not following all my stuff just yet, but camera dot main dot transform equals, let's just do it the way we need to do it. Local position equals blank for now. So quaternion. I'm more of the Euler angles. What if I tried this? I know it's going to give me an error. And say, hey, you're deprecated, use quaternion Euler instead. Something like this, maybe? Okay. Okay. So when I get to this point, it's gonna look really weird, right? Yeah, it puts the camera right there in the middle of the game. Let's see if I can't get a good angle on it. Alright, so top is, I don't want the ISO, I want more of the top, right? Like this. Just for now, I think this is what I want. Main camera, if you don't mind, align with view. How are we doing? I'm going to say 0, 10, 0. 0, 10, 0, 90. Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Good numbers, good everything. So here we go. To do this should be pretty easy. We just say new vector 3, 0, 10, 0, 90. Awesome. Yeah, that's perfect. That's how I want my game to look. Oh yeah. Sokoban 3. Winner, winner. Okay, it's getting there. It's not looking too bad. So on the build settings here, I'm gonna remove this. And I'm going to go to scenes, game, add current. Awesome. I think that's the only scene I need, because it shows me the logo. Ah yes, our wonderful logo. Then our menu. Then a start. And the start is great. It's good. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, cool. What else do I need? I think that's it for now. Even if I put this into an executable, build and run, we'll see. We shall see. Okay, window, left. I love it all. Good options. Built with Unity. Oh, look at our awesome logo screen. Dude! Start. And here we go. Into the game. And nothing happens, but trust me, it will. So cool, we have a game. It has a logo, it has a menu, it has an in-game loop. The levels loaded from a file. All very good, cool stuff. I am stoked to the point where we are right now. Let's keep going, shall we? But not today, but maybe tomorrow. So what have we done today? What did we call it today? Basic UI, game flow? Sounds great. So we made a menu screen with the start button, yes. Level select, we did not do that. That'll be for next time. And the restart level, we did not do that. But we could? We could, but I am gonna save that for next time. So what else do we have? A logo screen, and I'll move that up here. So logo screen, a menu screen, game screen, what we've already done so far. Game controller to what am I thinking? To manage the transitions between screens. I think that's what we did today. Logo screen, menu screen, game screen. Changed camera on Sokoban scene. Prefabs. Change camera on Sokoban scene. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Logo scene, menu scene, game scene. I can't think of anything else that we did just so far. I can kind of look though. Level, materials, didn't do anything there. Physics we did, kind of just about the logo. Prefabs, we added some more. Game logos, yep, that seems great. Cell, added a few scripts. We'll have to manage that later. Okay. That looks great. I'm happy. That seems fine. Alright, Season 2, Episode 6, Sokoban. What will we do next time? Next time on Sokoban, we will... more on game flow. So okay, more on game flow. What are we doing with game flow? We're gonna restart the level. We're gonna have a level select. More levels. Awesome. So we got more levels. Level select. Restart level. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Thinking with my right brain, thinking with my left brain, thinking with my right brain, thinking with my left brain. I don't know. Good enough for now. Cool. So let's go ahead and go to source tree. And we will commit this sucker in just a second. many seconds. Who knows? There's got to be a sweet spot, right? I know I'm just wasting time on air. Dude, I'm just trying to load source tree, but it is freaking out. I have no idea. There it goes. Oh gosh. Yes. Please. It works. Yeah, man, I'm just finishing up though. But yep, just committing my changes that I did this last hour, and hopefully have a successful commit here. Okay, so what did we do this time? It should all be in the README. So if I go to README, here we go. This is what we did. And I'm just stage everything for now. Go to the working copy. Here's the commit message. So we did the logo scene, the menu scene, the game scene. We have a controller kind of navigate between the scenes. Really, we just made those scenes prefabs and initiate them when we need them, and then change the camera on Sokoban so you can actually play. Yeah, man, I have no idea what my CPU says that all the time, and I have no idea why it's doing that. So, yeah, it's all good. As long as it works and I can get the job done. I don't care how much my CPU is going. Alright, so let me see. Just making sure everything's cool. We added a bit bouncy. A game prefab. That's all the game objects. That's like the level reader and everything. Logo prefab. Menu prefab. Yep. Then the game scene, which is basically our main game, which goes through the logo menu and all of that. But then we also have these sub scenes like logo, which we're not using in the game actually, but it's to test our logo scene. This one's to test our menu scene, and this one's to test our in-game loop Sokoban scene. And okay, game controller looks fine. Definitely should mention that I made that, I guess. Oh yeah, I did mention I made that. Okay, level controller. Yeah, not too many crazy things in there. Not worth mentioning. You can just kind of see it in the Git if you're worried. Menu. Yeah, cool. Alright, that all looks good. I'm happy with it. I'm also going to push it to the remote server. Commit all of that. And see you later. Sayonara. We'll catch you guys next time. Alright. Well, that's it for me. Hope you had a good time. I had a good time making this. I will put this up on YouTube, and hopefully tomorrow we can get to episode 6, where we'll be working a little more on the game flow, and hopefully have a system where you can go to a menu, start the game. Oh wait, go to a menu, select the level, start the game, go back to the menu, and maybe a setting screen. Maybe. But okay, have a great night. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Yeah, just Google it, man. Sokoban's a game where you push boxes around onto like certain targets. It's a very simple game, but it's gonna be my first one. It's gonna be the one I release. I promise.